Undefeated.
Yo, what's going on, people? Welcome to another episode of the Undefeated podcast.
The only podcast with two undefeated fighters, fam.
Chatting it up, bro. Listen, let me just, first of all, if this is your first time.
No, wait, we can't do that. Let's not pretend as if we're not late, fam. We gotta do the elephant in the room, fam. We're late, fam.
Okay, all right, fine. Let's apologize for the lateness.
Yeah,
guys, we're sorry. It's been the wildest of weeks to try and do content. I'm in New York. This guy's been out here filming.
It's insane. It's insane. But we said we have to do something, and we're here this morning. So, and this one's gonna go straight out, like ASAP. Anyway, yeah, man, go on, bro. You can. My apologies for the late content, but at least the content's here. And I think today we got an interesting one to break down. We got a real good one. So, now, Trav, let's go. But then, start the thing, fam.
Come, fam, bro. What's your tail of the tape, bro?
You heard about that Manstrom that I've recently. That birthday that I had, and it'll just, bro. It's not been the greatest of weeks, man, because I can't do mundane things anymore. So I'm not training. I haven't gone to the gym. Basically, I'm breaking everything around me. I broke the doors off my car. It was crazy. I went into the newsagent and I left with the door again. It said pull, and I took it home. My flight grip that I had was crazy. Again, right now I'm just destructive. Again, I'm very dangerous, and I need to be left alone.
Are you looking forward to a life of solitary confinement now?
I have to be by myself. I can't hug the family. You know what I mean? I'm not high-fiving anyone. Last person I high-fived, is, again, disintegration. So of course. You have to understand. So right now it's just Wi-Fi high-fives. Like, I'm doing that one, But even when they head nod like that, the wind, the gale forces.
Snap. It's very problematic.
It's very problematic. I'm in a dark space at the moment. I'm in a dark space in my life, but we're gonna get through it, and hopefully I'll be back to training soon. But there's a lot of power, So I think I just expect society to catch up with me, but it's gonna take them a really long time. So at the moment, I'm retired from this boxing thing, so I'm just 0-0.
Damn, that's sad to hear, bro. The game's gonna miss you 100%. Thanks for the memories.
Thank you, man. Again, I gave no memories, but you know what I mean. I'm 0-0.
Thank you for the potential memories. The potential big nights. It was so close.
Thank you, man. Again, as the curtains close on an amazing career in mine, I have to ask yourself, bro, what's your tail of the tape?
Bro, I'm 2-0. 2-0. I'm not really trying to sound boastful, but we are looking at perfection when we look at my boxing record.
100%.
50% knockout rate. Half of the men that entered the ring with me left on their backs.
That's what he did.
Steph Curry, they had to lay. I've been, my training, how serious I take it with the stem cell, all the research and all the stuff we've done. I've taken this to New York after destroying the pad work guy's hand.
Yeah,
it was just crushed bones in a finger bag last week. So I thought I can't stay here and be a part of that anymore. So I went to New York. A lot of people think I'm here for comedy. I'm actually here to get some good sparring in. So I was down to the Bronx and got some work done.
I saw you in the gym. I actually saw you in the gym.
Yeah, no, I got some work done in the gym. And, I listened to the coach. He was telling me, I told him what I'm going through. You know what I'm saying? All the research. He said he's seen something like this before. He said he'd done some research in the 1800s. There was a guy like me back there. And I said, oh, what was his story? How did it go? And he said, after, consecutive fatalities in his box, they actually banned him from the sport. Okay. So I was like, wow. I said, is there any way I can evolve this? He said, what you can do is cut down how much you train so that you can be within the realm of human standards. Okay. So I was like, cool, let's get on the pads. And I just thought, let me just touch, get used to this combination. Yeah. Landed a jab and the pad burst. And I was like, he said, bro, you're going to cost me way too much money doing all that. Kick me out. So, Yeah, bro. I just ran
Right
this,
now.
bro.
Right
I've been running this, bro. I've been riding the subway around New York, just looking for sparring. I got a sign on the subway. I'm like, sparring. I'll pay $2. I'll pay $2 for sparring.
Sparring needed. That's a mad sign.
Sparring needed, bro.
That's a mad sign. No, we're taking a piss. No, let's get serious. Oh man, have I got a delay?
Nah, not for me. I can't.
All right, cool. Listen, we have to get into it, man.
Let's get into it, bro.
Me and you saw something, and we said we got a pod about it. We saw
this Chris Eubank,
the Chris Eubank interview.
Yeah,
it's what's it called? I Am King. That's what he's called it.
I am king. The king is me, bro. I gotta say, yeah. Let me even take it back to before I even seen this interview.
Yes.
A couple of weeks ago, shouts out to G Chain, man. G Chain hollered at me and said, "Yo, man, I got a spare ticket to the Nigel Benn, Chris Eubank. You know, they're talking engagement thing." I was like, "Oh man, that's mad appreciated, man. So thank you for that, bro." Getting out and saw that, and I left with a mixed feeling. And I phoned you straight afterwards. I said to you, I said to G Chain as well. I said, something's not right with Chris. Like, I understand the Monday. Like, he's a big performing guy. He knows how to work the room.
Yeah.
But I was like, something's different though. Like, and I put it down to maybe age. Do you see what I'm saying? I'm like, well, because if he wasn't in a good space, I don't think he would just do it. So I thought maybe it's age. Yeah, maybe it's just one of those things where it's like you watch the guys, they're not in their prime in the way they used to do things, and it just don't hit the same, so you feel a bit sad. This time around, it wasn't that. It was different. His gifts have been intellectual, so those won't go like that until something changes. And I think we're starting to see the weight of life on him. So when I saw him in that thing, and I was like, I enjoyed it, but I didn't enjoy that. Something didn't feel good about what I'm seeing here.
Yeah. And I want to jump in. I think the guy's name is Rob Moore. Yeah. And I went through a multitude of emotions, right? I first started watching it and I was angry with Rob Moore. Like, I was angry. I was like, why did you keep him the mic? Why are you letting him talk? Why are you I felt like, you know, when you say to yourself, you shouldn't put a camera on this or put a voice to this. That was the first initial feelings I had, right? But I'm watching it and I'm saying to myself, no, like, it's like that moment when we replay the history of the AJ, someone should have stopped AJ when he was talking, right? Oh, you couldn't stop him. He was gonna do that. He was gonna have that. And I felt at the time, I was like, AJ should have never been allowed to speak, this, that, and the other. But the man wanted to say something in that moment, and he was not gonna be stopped from speaking, right? So it's like, so I can't stop Eubank from speaking, right? I know it feels like kind of taking advantage of his situation, but no, in some ways he's not all the way there, I believe, but then he's got something to say at the same time. So I'm saying, you know, let me not listen to this in the eyes of you're just mad and I should throw away everything you're saying. I'm gonna listen, and that's why the interview was probably the most intriguing thing ever, because I'm like, I couldn't stop watching it. I was caught into it, and I said, because there's moments of clarity and there's moments of it just kind of goes. Right?
Yeah, that's right.
There's many moments of that's how you feel about that, and then there's moments of it going just to get in. So that's why I can't hate on the interview. It was actually well done. It was really well done. You allowed him to speak.
That's what I was gonna say.
Yeah,
it's refreshing when an interviewer just lets the guest speak. Do you know what I'm saying? A lot of time they jump in, they overtalk the thing. Do you know what I mean? I see some interviews and it's so scary, bro. They're gonna be like, bro, so tell us about your comedy career. Straight away, it's just, because you know, I watch a lot of comedy. I've watched comedy for years. These are my favorites. I like this guy. I like that guy. So I really want to hear about your career, because really what I wanted to do today is sit down with you and just talk to you about a whole bunch of other things. So that's why I think, so if you could just, And the guy's like, bro, you said bad things to me just now.
And I got to respond to those things that you said. And again, it's like, there was so many moments. Like, let's go into it. The biggest caveat for me, and you lot, make sure you go watch it. Rob Moore, man, shout out to him. I Am King. That's the name of the interview. But I want to get into the talking about him and his son. Remember, there was some speculation between us before when we're talking about that relationship and it being like you're unsure about that relationship. And he talks about the father's responsibility with the son and what he's meant to be in juniors. And let's get straight to it. He's talking about Junior in terms of, you know, he had an expectation of Junior, and Junior's removed him for what he sees as the greatest. Because there's that the relationship with him and Floyd is very interesting. He respects Floyd as a great fighter.
Yep.
But the man in Floyd that his son respects, he can't stand it. It's the separation. And he's like, Floyd, you love Floyd for all the wrong reasons. That's what I was getting from that thing is, and you discarded me and my teachings for that Playboy party lifestyle. And it makes no sense. I don't know what your thoughts about then. That was one of the moments I was like, oh my goodness. And he kind of gave us a little glimpse of my children don't listen. But when you look at the breakdown of the Conor fight and everything that's happened happened on the back of it, you can see a breakdown in relationship between father and son, a son that's trying to go on his own course, and a father saying, even though you're getting your own course, your course without me doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
I don't know if
there's a lot of layers to this thing. One of the things I'm saying it now so I don't forget to say it. When he called the internet the IoT, the Internet of Things, I said, yo, when men make their own abbreviations, it's the funniest thing ever. It's like no one else refers to it as that. Anyway, the Floyd Mayweather thing for me is always fascinating because it's Chris. Like, I understand that, you know, you look at Floyd and he represents party lifestyle. I think the part of it that shines to me is where I say, so do you in a way though. Like the flamboyance is a lot of your own markings as well. But, you know, the point he's trying to land is that, you know, he's trying to put a certain level of values into him. And I think it's easy for young fighters to, not just to say that Chris has done this, but it's easy for young fighters to look at the shine of the success and bypass the hard work. I don't necessarily think Chris Jr. has bypassed the hard work. I think he's bypassed the hard challenges, the places where you grow. And the reason why, like, I won't accept that this is Chris Eubank Jr.'s fault is because the time of his career that Senior was involved in has led to this place. You see what I'm saying? Like the career, it's been heavily mismanaged. So it's one of those things now where I think there's pushback from Chris, like I suspected. There's pushback from Chris. He's not happy with how this thing is going. I don't believe in you leading this ship no more. So I'm going to do things my way. So now, but what I'm hearing, Chris ain't happy with that. And it sounds like he's this is how you want to do it.
Sorry, you missed up. It broke up. You broke up.
What I'm saying?
There's a glitch at the moment, so I can't hear what you're saying.
Yeah.
Is it glitching for you? Is it? Yeah.
It just stopped and came back.
All right, there you go. Say that. Drop that point again.
Yeah, no, I was saying it's one of those things where Chris he's not participating. Like he's like, okay, if I can't be head honcho, I'm not going to be involved. Do you know what I mean? So now it's like active down talk, which is sad because I don't like to hear public space like don't denounce man in public. If you got an opinion and you say it to me as a father and son, then cool. But the fact that it's in a public platform is quite upsetting because I know what that must feel like for Chris. As much as he is Chris Eubank Jr., he's his own man. That hurts.
But then
will your son be a champion? No, because he doesn't listen to me. But Chris is going to hear that and say, I did listen to you and I didn't become a champion.
No, but then that's what I'm saying. And now, because I heard that bit and I said, oh, that's scathing. But then you listen to what he actually said and he goes, he won't be a champion because he thinks the championships are about the belts. When you heard it, it's a philosophical statement, right? It's how the people feel and they care about you. So remember, he's experienced grief. That's one element, and he's experienced the end of his career. While he still rates himself, talks about the Jubilee, the Queen rating him, this, that, and the other. He's talking about, well, are you loved at the end of this? How do they love you? Does the boxing, because that's the true, it's basically saying the true champions were the ones that were loved. You know, like what you hold value to, I don't hold value to that. And it's a what's the word? It's a contradiction, because he talks about having the belt for 5 years, and he talks about fighting how many, is like 8 title defenses, and he talks about
it's 19 defenses, but he says 19 times.
Yeah. So he talks about it, but he doesn't. It's really weird. Like 1 minute he values the belts, but 1 minute now the belts are not important, and you know, and that's the bits where there's a loss there. But then it's so hard when I listen to him talk. Yeah, I'm like, I don't want to just say again, you're crazy. I'm not interested in what's going on. I don't want to.
I agree.
It's too simple to. It'll be too simple to do that. You know. So now you say, oh, well, there's so much in between the lines that we just need to break down. And the main thing I got from this moment, for this interview, he said another piece. They asked him in a quick fire round. They said, what have you
been wrong about?
Something about his kids. Yeah, what have you been wrong about?
I was wrong about my kids. And he said, what do you mean by that? No, don't ask me that. I was like, wow, you were wrong about your kids. That's a significant.
That is nuts, bro. That was,
trust me, there's a lot of that internal pain. That's the thing I see in this. There's a man with a lot of heavy weight on his heart.
Yes.
You see what I'm saying?
Yes.
And it's one of those things where I think the combination of, you know, the tragedy that happened with Seb and Chris and his relationship breaking down, it's one of those things where I think, you know, there's the loss of Seb has affected both of them in different ways.
Yes.
You know, as a parent and his child, I can't even imagine where that takes you. But there's also something that happens to the brother of that person where he says, you know what? Like, I got to do life differently because nothing is granted. So it's now. Now I want to do everything my way. I'm going to do this thing on my terms because I don't want to have regrets. Do you understand?
But then at the same time, there's a teaching in there that is, I don't want to say wrong, but it's I can see why the relationship is the way it is. He talks about his relationship with his brother. Chris Eubank talks about the relationship with his brother and having to earn his brother's his love and earn respect. So now if that's your foundation, there has to be some of that out there in your relationships that carries into you, how you see relationships, right? Because that is your foundation. So now you talk about that earning of what you call it, earning of a space, earning of this, earning of now I value what you're doing, you know? And that's where there's just a lot, bro. When I was watching this interview, I thought, blood, there's so much at play, but I can see a hurt man at the end of it.
In the mix.
In the mix of it, I saw someone that was hurt, and I as a fan of him, I hope he does, because he didn't seem peaceful. There wasn't peace.
He didn't seem peaceful. There's a lot of conflict there. When he says, "Oh, Eddie Hearn," I don't want to talk about that subject. I said, "Oh, there's spicy there." Now I know he's got feelings about Eddie Hearn and Matchroom, and it's quite well documented. But there's bigger things at play. He mentioned something on the live thing as well. Yeah, that he's starting his own some type of promotions and something in South Africa. That's going to be where it goes. This is coming. I'm going to say boxing. I'm king. And the I am king thing, by the way, is a fascinating one because he's had a very, you know, he's got big ego. He's Chris. I feel like the ego's gotten bigger to the point where the sense of self is inflated to a degree where it's like, I am king. I am the greatest. And I'm like, you don't think you're the greatest though? Because when they ask you, are you the greatest of all time? Yes, under Mike Tyson. Yes, under Muhammad Ali. I'm like, okay. But there's something that is slightly off about how I am king. It's like, I don't know. It's like you've multiplied the Chris Eubank senior that we've known all these years into another space.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think his issues with boxing are what has stunted Chris Eubank Jr.'s career. I call it straight like that. His experiences have blocked Eubank Jr. through advice and the feeling of doing what's best for his son. Because I don't imagine there's no malice here. Something going wrong doesn't mean it was done on purpose. I think it's a situation where he's like, okay, I was burned by this machine. Yeah. I'm not going to allow my son to get burned. So do this way to avoid that. do this way. And in doing that, he's avoided the growth that comes with boxing. Do you see what I'm saying? You can't avoid the bad nights. You got to go through the bad experiences, the dodgy guy or whatever it is, so that you know you're savvy. You can't be savvy without that burn. I know how to deal with a comedy promoter, bro. By the sound of his voice, I can tell if there's speculation on whether or not payment's going to move correctly. There's some promoters, bro. I don't ask for a deposit. I'll tell you straight. I don't ask everybody for a deposit. You know what I mean? But sometimes that's a formality and that's how the business goes. But then sometimes the deposit is because peace of mind that you actually are who you say you are. Because man can phone anybody, you know what I mean? But you develop that by the experiences of the past, where the dodgy sounding guy did shaft you. He did mess you around. Now I'm savvy to that. I can tell early in the game. Eubank Jr. is going to have limited savvy in that way because his dad's been right there saying, no, don't do that. No, don't talk to. I'll talk to him. I'll talk to this. I'll do that for you. So now we're only getting to see Eubank Jr.'s personality. Bro, the guy's a star. That's the sad part about this. The 60%, baby, like all of that. This guy is pay-per-view, bro. When he fought Spike Sullivan on Anthony Joshua undercard, that was the most satisfying night of boxing I've had. Where it's like, right, these personalities, everybody was on point. It's perfect. The guy should have been doing this for years, living at that level. Do you know what I mean? And it's one of the ones where the best place for Eubank Jr. in this time, and I don't know the business behind the scenes to corroborate everything for it to make sense. So if I'm wrong, then I'm wrong. If you know, you know. Feel free to enlighten, man. But Matchroom, him and AJ on cards together, don't talk to me about entertainment. That would have been absolutely insane.
I hear that, but now, you know what? I feel that.
No, but I'm talking about the years when that was happening.
I should have been connected.
Bro, how big is he if he's he's pay-per-view heavy now.
Yeah, heavy. Definitely. That's a fact. That's clear.
That's right.
You know, it's life has to go. The twists and turns of life have to happen. I always feel like nothing is mistake. It is what it is. You learn a lot about yourself. You learn again. They've had to go through this level there because they're mourning as well. I believe there's mourning at play, even if it's just for Chris Eubank Senior. And I don't know what I can't say to the issues that Chris Eubank Jr. is going through because he hasn't said anything. But me watching that interview, I can see.
Well, let's go back to the Bartlett interview, Stephen Bartlett, and he spoke about being stoic in the past because that's all he knew was boxing. The rest of the personality is not really there because it's like all I know is being tough, being a fighter. That's it. Then he spoke about Seb. Seb passed away and the time he could have seen him and he didn't get to go. For me, those are big moments.
Yes.
Because I'm like, I think he's valuing the moment. Hence why you think, you know what? Sign the fight. I don't care. Let's just get it done.
Yeah,
let's just do it.
Smith, he's doing that now. That is lovely. That thing's been signed. I think that thing's been agreed. That's early next year. You're hearing and again, he's gonna now. It's like he's had. This is all the things. I think it's necessary. It's a necessary shedding of weight, and not like because you can. Hopefully, I pray for the relationship between him and his dad to get back to what it needs to be, and even just his dad. I hope his dad finds the peace that he needs. But then it's like, and I can see the next phase for Eubank where he can be loved and he can be entertaining. And get everything you want from this game. Because let's be honest, everyone wants to be everyone wants to say well done. You want to hear a well done from a crowd. It don't matter what, like Derek Chisora, when he switched to being Derek Chisora, when he enjoyed that. He was the bad guy. He loved that. Because you want acknowledgement. You want it to shift from we don't always want to be the bad guy whole career. Like no one sets into life saying, no one really cares about me and this, that, and the other. You can feed off it and make money off it, but deep down, you want your tribe, you want your people, right? Gladly, I feel this could be the moment happening for Junior. But what I do want to caveat into is and it's interesting. I've got a little quote here. He talked about Connor quickly, and we can move out of this conversation and just move into other stuff that we want to talk about. But he says the sad thing about Connor's situation is he stands there alone. He didn't cheat by himself. And he said, no one's saying this, and it's frustrating me. Well, he didn't say he cheated, but he said he is on the stand by himself. but he's in a team. That makes no and then it for me, I was like, raw. Yeah. And then let me quickly read this statement from let me quickly read this statement. 1 second. I've got it here. It's Eddie Hearn talking about Connor. Here you go. November the 11th. Eddie Hearn updates on Connor. I'm not involved with that hearing. As I understand it, it's now underway. Conor Benn's case will be heard, and then they'll make the decision. Whatever decision it is, let's get on with it. If he's gonna get a ban, let's get it. Again, or for me, and I'm not blaming Eddie Hearn in terms of that, but it's just
it's the reality.
You're gone, you're out. You're now. I'm here by myself. So me as Conor Benn, yeah, whatever. I was in a team before, but the only name, that is gonna be left in this situation is he cheated.
The thing is, it's one of them ones where if it goes like that, it's team Ben.
No, it's not.
No, I'm saying what it actually is. If this is how it goes where they rule it a certain way, it's team Ben that takes the hit. As in everybody in this thing, Tony, whoever this guy, everybody takes that hit. Do you understand? The only one I say maybe doesn't take that hit is Eddie, because as much as that's his fighter and they're clearly friends and stuff like that, he's not in the camp like that. Do you see what I'm saying? Like, it's just I'm the promoter.
He's not. He can't be absolved of. He was a part of this team.
No. I'm talking about as far as the direct act itself.
Okay, cool.
That's what I'm saying. As in the day-to-day workings of being in the gym, I wasn't there. Yes, he's my fighter, and I back him because he's my fighter. But as far as the act of cheating, unless that can be proved that he knew about this stuff as well, do you know what I'm saying? Then the game is one of those things where the buck don't actually drop on him. Do you see what I mean? Like in the way it's like I could represent someone, they do a madness. Yeah, I'm backing him to try and clear his name to keep things moving forward. But at the same time, it's like you take that sentence. I don't take the sentence. Do you know what I'm saying? I'm just trying to do what I'm doing. So it's that thing. But at the same time, it's like it is bad that he goes into this thing by himself. Do you know what I'm saying?
100%.
But that is unfortunate. But that's the thing about cheating,
that's
though.
The game, though.
The cheat, but cheating has that effect. We don't know who was involved with Tyson Fury cheating or Dillian White's when he did it back in whenever he did it. We just know the name.
Yeah.
Do you see what I'm saying? I'm not talking about the Dillian B sample era. I'm talking there's one before.
Okay.
I saw that. Yeah. There's another one. But I'm saying the name of the guy. That's how it goes. Do you know what I mean?
Just to move on, a nice little segue. Roy Jones is back around, and I'm hearing Roy Jones and AJ. Roy Jones, AJ. So let me quickly just give a little read of this. Told by Roy Jones Jr. today that he's spoken with Anthony Joshua with a trial training him in the near future. AJ says to intend to be a free spirit and not tie himself down to one single coach as he prepares for his 2023 comeback. What's your thoughts?
I don't know what's going on. I can't decipher the free spirit thing in regards to just floating around from different trainers. I don't like how that feels. Do you see what I'm saying? And also, I think it's a funny one because with AJ's setup, I don't know that he doesn't mean doing all that with Angel Fernandez as head coach anyway. Like, you're going to bring another voice in, Angel Fernandez will still be there. So I don't know how much salt to take that with. Do you see what I'm saying?
Do you reckon he just when you meet someone, and you know that, like, if you're like networking, the thing, you go to one of them things, you see my man, like everyone's been networking when you meet a guy, director or anything. He's like, like man's gonna do this.
I'll shout you.
I'm gonna shout you still. Them ones there. And it doesn't
it's good to have you there, fam. Be good to have you
there. Yeah, so Ray Jones sees AJ sees Ray and he's like, bro, like, hey, I might even hold at you. I might come to your gym still. Obviously, just you're just
light dance, light dance. He might even have said it with a strong nudge as well. Yeah, might even watch. Is this one watch? Might even have you in my corner, big man. You get me? Anyway, listen, brother. I'm out. I'll shout you. And that is that. Roy's gonna leak that to the media, fam. What you say? What, AJ giving us the no hands? Yeah. There's certain stuff. I don't know what that looks like. I'll be real.
AJ with the Roy Jones style, though. What you saying?
What the hand, the low hand. Nah, I don't know what that looks like. It's one of them ones where I'm a bit like, I've seen some of the AJ interviews recently.
Yeah.
And it's like, you know, I understand now what I'm starting to see from him. There's a reluctance to speak.
Yeah.
That comes across as like nervous. So I think he's tired of the circus of boxing media.
Yeah.
So it's like, he's like, yeah, would you fight Wilder? Yeah, boy, yeah, cool. Like, whatever. Like, yeah, of course I'll be down. Is that next? I'm not saying nah, I don't think so. I'm not saying that. Like, it's one of the ones where the convo, I'm just like, I don't want to talk to you really, but I'm doing it because I've always done it. It's a weird one. Like, for me, the training situation it sounds concerning because I'm like, I'd like for you to be ironed in. Like, if it's Garcia, just build with Garcia. You know what I mean?
Build it. No, we need to see again because AJ's comeback is next year, right? The road to AJ, the AJ redemption arc. You know, and when I say redemption, it's like you won the title bare times. Like, you're cool now.
Yeah.
But
yeah, two-time champ.
I understand what you want to do, right? You want to finish it in the way you plan to finish it and not at the hands of somebody else, right? So you can tell that, okay, he's on the road. And you say, you know what, AJ, well, now's the time to like do it correctly. Now is the time to do it the way you plan, the way you in your design, but not it can't be wild in a sense of you're not building that connection. I believe in that the trainer thingy connection is a real one. You know, the trainer and how you gonna be out here just with everyone. It don't make no sense because again, when it gets tough, what voice do you hear the most? You know what I mean? In that moment, who can you trust? And you need to be able to look to your corner, especially when you've had issues. Somebody, it's that thing of who's going to be able to evoke the right moment in you at the right times in boxing. Remember, like it's seconds in between where you have to make the correct decision. And especially with I don't want to say the demons that he's had in the ring, but the mental blocks he's had at times. We need the right person. We need the right motivator with the right words, with the right, at least, because I might not need a slap from you. I might need, AJ, this is what we need to do now. But the person just needs to know him, right? So and that's why I think just being on a world tour of trainings, we've done that. That was what you said you was doing before we ended up with Angel. So it's a bit confusing. I want to see him get it right because the Fury fight, like you're not, even no matter how we want to play around, the Fury fight's going to happen at some point. If not next year, if not next year, the year after. Actually,
I hope the fight.
Yeah, I think it happens next year.
I just hope it don't go past the sell-by date. Do you know what I'm saying? Like someone just gets old overnight. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, it's so jarring how this boxing thing goes at those ages that they are now, where you can just be like, I look at Dillian White now and I think the future's looking bleak at the age. Do you see what I'm saying? It's just because this is the age where your body starts to change. I understand heavyweights can go a bit longer, but at the same time, it's like this thing ain't guaranteed. So I don't want to get a shell of the fight that we're supposed to get. Touching on that territory.
Listen, we're gonna get it. It'll unfortunately, I'm just gonna prepare you and say it will be the shell of the fight that we wanted it to be, but it will be guaranteed. Like that's the way we're heading. If they're not fighting next in the next two fights, it's not going to be the fight that we want to see. We would have seen AJ as a champion fight him like before the others. Like we're not going to get what we wanted to see. So already it's not, you know.
It's such a jarring situation, right? Because I wish. All right, so let's look at the foresight, right? You look at a boxer in the modern era and you say, okay, cool. You want to hold out on the fight and make it a big fight so you can have a giant payday, yeah? Cool. How about you do that and fight him and work that into a trilogy? Not to say you plan the fights or anything like that, but there's scope for the big fights happen again and cement the legacy that way, rather than one great night that we've all looked forward to, and that's you. Bruv, if the thing is close and it is the fight that you think it's going to be, bruv, run it back. Ali Fraser, bro, run it back. You know what I'm saying? Like, so for me, I don't know. I just get, this is where it gets to that philosophical annoying part of boxing.
Yeah, but then again, what's the name speaks on it as well. Shout out Eubank. He talks about fighters fighting twice a year, bro. That's actually the phase of boxing that we're in now. 2 times.
Every 6 months, you fight.
And again, like, and that's why we need a bigger purse because we're not fighting that much. If I got 2 fights on a year, I make money twice a year, like big money. Obviously, I've got the sponsorship, this, that, and the other, but it's not enough, right? And now when YouTubers are fighting more than professional fighters, something's wrong. Something's wrong, right? Let me but then even what's good right now, I'm gonna just quickly show something. WBC have been busy still. And it's the one time in my life, I'm happy with the WBC, fam. Yeah. Listen, we got Deontay Wilder versus Andy Ruiz, fam. Errol Spence versus Keith Thurman, fam. Benavidez.
I ain't gonna lie, I'm not dropping a bomb on the Errol Spence Thurman thing.
No. Because we know what we want.
It's just, yeah.
Benavidez versus Caleb Plant.
That's gonna be interesting.
It's gonna be very good. Again, I think what people believe in. You see how people are hyping up Benavidez,
yeah,
and he's ready for that Canelo work. I think this could be a banana skin.
He's going to beat Caleb Plant.
All right, I think they're just a banana. I just think it could be a banana skin. I don't know why. I don't know what if a reinvigorated.
I mean, don't get me wrong. Caleb is looking good.
Just because he got moved to by
Caleb ain't rubbish. No way.
That's what I'm saying. Because he lost in a fashion, people now are playing with Caleb like he's not he's not.
Let me just clarify. I hold a lot of respect for Caleb Plant's boxing. You know what I'm saying? I like the guy, but I don't think he's touching Benavidez. I think Benavidez is going to beat him, and I think that sets the stage really for the Canelo fight.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? It's a mad one though, because it's like, you want the fight, but I still think there could be some reason why Canelo says nah still.
But then, Trev,
then we're stepping into boogeyman territory.
We've gone into, me and you have been here many a times, and we're experienced there to know when you're fighting somebody else, thinking about the next fight.
Rubbish. I mean, what was even that?
Every single time, everybody, when the big fight is looming, AJ, Dillian. When the fight is, when you're talking about the next fight instead of the main fight, it's problematic. AJ twice. Let's be honest. We said Fury, get through Usyk. Nah, that's right. Banana skin. Andy Ruiz. Just to let you guys understand that what was next for AJ was Wilder or some. There was a big fight in the thingy.
It's true, it's true.
Ruiz. No one in this life, would say so. That's why I say, don't just think that Caleb. I'm not saying that Benavidez.
But I don't think they're gonna. You don't overlook a man like Caleb, though. You can't. It won't be the same.
But that's the thing. I'm just saying, because the general consensus. I'm just saying, let's be careful. And not making mistakes that we made before. So while I believe that he should have the talent to get over this hump, sometimes recognize you're going towards something that is a problem. You're driving in the direction of someone that is not gonna. Again, he's learned from his loss. He's changed up his trainer. He changed up his team, and he's trying to do the right things to be successful in the ring. So this ain't the same. The plan that we fought before. This is another version. I hope we're prepared for this version. That's all I'm saying. So I'm not like putting too much weight on his last win. I'm just saying don't overlook it in the sense of the Canelo payday, because the Canelo payday gets everyone that feels that paydays come in. They change. They just don't do what they need to do. They lose sight, lose focus. It goes wrong. That's the part I'm saying. What just to go into this thing, I want to ask you about what do you call it, Wilder versus Ruiz though. Like,
I think Wilder's gonna head top him. I'll be real. I think he's gonna get him out of there. Yeah. 2-3 rounds. 2-3 rounds, he'll blast him out. Ruiz hasn't looked amazing on this chapter of his career. Do you know what I mean? The Chris Arreola fight, like this, the Ortiz thing didn't. I think he's gonna smoke him. Do you know what I mean? It's just a bad matchup, physicality wise. Like he's a plodding fighter. He doesn't exactly have great foot movement. The hand speed is gonna cause some issues, but the minute that dagger lands,
it's good to see. I like, even though Malik Scott's got the mad diagrams and stuff. I do like to see Wilder back in this space. Is exciting, it It is.
They got good energy together. You can tell they're friends.
Brethrens, you know, they understand each other. That's the one thing, right? But then it's mad because the winner of this has to fight Tyson Fury.
That's the only jarring thing, because I'm like, I ain't trying to see that rubbish again, bro. Because you know what's gonna happen, man. Let's say Fury beats Usyk, and he's now in that moment where AJ would have maybe fought by then, and he's back in the mix, and he's just gonna bypass that fight again, and it's gonna be Wilder 4, and I'm like, bro, this is where boxing just jars me, bro.
Like 4 times.
Fam, I'm the first man to fight 4 times. I'm like, bro, you stupid accolades you keep giving yourself. Do you know what I'm saying? Don't tell me about 2 trilogies. No one cares, bro. This, fam, like, I've seen... Listen,
2 trilogies. You're taking a piss. Bro, how you going to...
This is what I'm saying. Like, but what I'm saying is, look at the Chisora thing coming up, I saw a boxing channel post this year, so this ain't even from my head, because people expect me to just be coming out with stuff. Man said, he goes, I've not seen one person talk about their excitement about going to the fight as in they bought tickets.
No.
What is the reality here? For me, I'm like, I'm on not one, I'm just like, we'll wait and see. We'll see the venue. Do you know what I mean? There'll be hella giveaways. Make no mistake about it. There'll be giveaways because they need the place to be packed.
When is that?
We'll see what the numbers do on pay-per-view if they release the numbers.
That's mad. Is it like December 3rd or something?
17th, I think. How have I forgotten that?
It's the 3rd of December. This is the problem. Again, it's a heavyweight. It's a heavyweight world title fight.
Fam, I'm so jarred with boxing right now. But the only thing that gave me like some real like happiness was Bivol's performance last week, bro. Bivol is having the year of his life.
Yeah,
I think heavy favorite in Fighter of the Year conversations.
I like it.
Like Canelo and Zerdo handling the way you handled them, bro. The fight looked like AJ Usyk won.
Oh,
that's how it looked. AJ Usyk won. He was in control. The size, the Zerdo didn't get to use his size on him at any moment. And anytime he needed to, just put him in check. And you know what I liked, bro? Is the fact that he don't get excited on his own success.
Not at all.
Stun you. Relaxed. And I know you want to retaliate, but we're going to box again. Again, now you're just pissed.
Again, we talk about elite fighters and people announcing themselves in a space. Bivol is giving me that level of elite. You know, again, I've watched him fight different styles in each time. So the guy will download, he'll understand what I'm dealing with in the ring, and he'll fight accordingly to what he's seeing. Again, he's talking about craftsmen in the ring. Someone that footwork. If you sometimes that's a fight that you can watch and say, let me just look at the footwork, and it's immaculate. You know, you're watching. I was watching the fight and I was like, because you know he steps on the toes in it. He does things to unsettle the fighter in front of him. And yes, while again I do give respect to Craig because it was a chess match and he forced Bivol to show that level of his brain. But Bivol's got that dog in him as well, where it's like, you want to go? Show me you want to go. I'm happy to. And he talks about Lion, you know, that.
Oh, that quote was amazing. Man said, he goes, how did you feel in there going there? And Zerdo's so much bigger than you. He goes, listen, the lion isn't the biggest animal, but he's still king. I said, yo. Yeah, there it is.
What is this thing with it? Recognize it. What did Chisora say to us again?
Recognize a real lion when you see one.
Why do they all love lions, bro?
Oh, no, lions in the camp. Maybe that was a salute to Anthony Yard. Maybe deep down that was a salute to Anthony Yard, fam.
What's the obsession with lions, though? Hey, AJ's talking about that lion. No,
we're both lions.
Well, obviously, me and him, we're both lions.
Bro, could you imagine? There's because the lion is the powerful animal in it, especially the branding of the lions over the years.
Yeah.
Like lions. I see lions get battered up by elephants in some videos, but the branding of an elephant don't really scream king.
We said elephants Joe Joyce, yeah?
bro. The elephant is Joe Joyce, but it's one of them ones where it's like it makes better sense profile-wise for the jungle for the lion to be the face. Do you know what I'm saying? If we're promoters, bro, do you know what I'm saying? The lion, you look at him, he's regal, he's damn near gold. He's got the strong natural beard. That's the leader. Do you know what I'm saying? Elephant's over there harboring mad feelings because he's like, but I kicked his ass.
Remembering. And
you remembered? He's like, I've been kicked his ass. I kicked his ass like 3-4 times. You remember 2007, 2011, and then 2014? Bro. And then just like, everyone's just looking at him like, look, man, come on, bro. You got mad size on him, bro. No one can't, no one ain't trying to see that. It's like, but what that lion did to the hyenas, that was pay-per-view. Elephant is hating.
He's like, he don't even do his hunting, bro.
These times you got like a moose. That thing sitting there like, man, I whip everybody's ass, but nobody wants to talk about me.
Not the moose. Just
bro. Listen, he's just there like, look, man, like, you know, the moose is like the boxing purist. He's just there like, you know, I beat him like 7 times out of 10 times, but just I don't sell. I don't really sell. My face. Bro, he's good business. Bro, he's good for the jungle. He's good business for the jungle. We all eating. We're all eating.
Hey, the niece is Mark Breland. Remember Mark Breland was talking with David's titles in the background? He's just shut up. That's right, fam. The niece. Strong in the Emmys, bro. Oh man, that's too funny.
You know the funny part is the lion low-key being shook at the elephant, but it's like I still want to keep the image going. Elephant's in the back. Every time he's talking, he's over talking. He's just like, "Hey, stop! What you gonna do?" Look, man, I just want you to stop. That's all.
Nah, you know when I knew Billion situation was mad, yeah, is when I heard the Jaws music and then he does the
It's the shark reference and a wolf reference.
You know when you need to pick the animal. You need to pick the animal. Yeah, you need to pick the animal because it's crazy. Hearing a shark do a wolf sound, yeah, underwater, unless it's Sonos. I don't know.
Sonos? Yeah, bro.
I don't know how that shark's giving it out, bro.
Yeah, it's confusing branding, fam. Yo, Denzel Bentley, Las Vegas. Tonight.
Every turn, he's done the work. He's done all the work. He's came in on weight. What are you saying?
So I'm in New York right now, innit? So obviously I've tweeted about a show I'm doing out here, and he's tweeting, man. He's like, "Yo, he's saying coming over to Vegas quickly, bruv." The way I was looking at Skyscanner, just seeing how can I make this thing work? I got another thing tomorrow, innit? So I was trying to do like some fly up thing, be there at the fight overnight, first thing in the morning I'm out, and I'm like, bro, it's getting crazy. I was like, it wouldn't have made sense. But bro,
are we gonna do it tonight?
I'd love to have been there. Are
you busy? Are you busy?
Nah, let's go for it. What, the watch along?
Yeah,
let's do it, man.
We're doing the watch along tonight, bro. We gotta do it again. What time's he fighting? Like 4?
Actually, maybe. More than likely. No, there's I'll tell you off air. Yeah. I'll let you know but it's more than likely. We'll advertise it.
All I know is my boy is cooking. Now I know my boy is cooking in this. You're cooking.
And Jenny Becker's, it's a lot of good stuff happening, fam. I met Maestro. Maestro came to my show.
Come on. Club. Yeah,
bruv. Yeah, Maestro. Yeah, bro. Yeah, fam. I'm officially listed as shorter than Maestro, fam.
You gotta put that on the thing. You gotta put that on your box strip.
Yeah.
Man, that's man.
It went down to South Box gym in the Bronx. I was out there watching some guys work out, training stuff. It was quite dope, man. Dope.
Yeah.
Shout out to Maestro, man.
Shout out to all the great defeaters, man. There's love everywhere, like in this game for like some of the stuff we're doing and stuff. And again, it just feels cool to be a part of a super community. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man.
This is why no matter what is going on, we have to be here. We gotta be here, you know, and no better time to plug the show. Actually, again, not many days out till to go to Hilarious.
Where we at now? I think just over 2 weeks. Just over 2 weeks left.
Just over 2
weeks. 15 days.
Wow. get your tickets, man. Get your tickets. Come support the man. Them. It's gonna be absolutely incredible. Like, yeah, that's exciting. But anyway, tell me how you feel about Bentley tonight, though.
Yeah, no, it's sick, man. I was just gonna say, bro, being out here with the New York comedy clubs and all that kind of stuff around, it's like the energy is different, bro. Supercharged my love for stand-up.
Understand these lot want to hear about the. They want to hear
about.
Understand,
yeah. In the UK, it's like you get used to. It's a small situation. Do you know what I'm saying? You get used to it because that's what it is, bro. You come out to New York, fam. There are so many comedians, bro. Like
really?
You be at like a bar after the, and it's just like everyone in this room right now is a stand-up comic, and it's like, okay, this is interesting because it's like, raw, bro. Like, so Chappelle was at the Comedy Cellar, right?
Yeah.
So there now, yeah, bro, just there chilling. Everyone, like a lot of comics and stuff walking in, bro. I see man like Michael Che there, Roy Woods Jr. came in, bro. Like, and it's one of the ones where there's like the main table in that little bar, in it, where the comics after the show, that man come and chill. And it's like Kevin Hart's got a bit in his book about what that means to be at that main table.
Yeah.
And my table's like right next to the table. So it's like, bro, I'm in the mix. It's mad, like, bro.
Yeah.
Roy Woods Jr. I'm like, bro, I know you from mad shows, bro. I came in, shook my hands, like, hey, how you doing, man? Nice to meet you. Chat. And I'm just there, like, calm. In my head, I'm like, this is crazy, bro. And it's nice to be in a place where it's like you're not known. Do you see what I'm saying? Like,
you're new. You're new.
Yeah, man, I look at you like, oh, you do stand up? Okay, cool. Like, it's da-da-da. So it's that for me. I get into my mumbo mentality back. And I'm like, yo, I know you guys don't know me like that now, but we're gonna do this again in the same place, and it's gonna be different. And I can't wait for that to happen.
I've read the Kevin Hart book as well, and I know he's talking about the tape. Yeah, and I can see it. I can understand just being in a room. Being like,
I wanted to just get my phone out and snap it, and I was like, this ain't the time.
This ain't the time.
This ain't the time. No one's doing that.
It doesn't work like that. It don't work like that. Yeah, it just don't work like that. Again, there's protocol in these spaces and in these moments, and you don't want a guy to shoot the shot wrong. You know what I mean? Because you only get one first impression. So your impression of me is rubbish. We start off on some
selfies. Stop.
Nah, I'm proud of you, bro. Again, like always taking it to the next level. I love it. I love to see, like, and it's challenging. Again, it's like you believe in something, you have to go for it. You know, that's the kind of ethos of just our thing anyway. And anyone that listens, we've encouraged everyone to get their channel, whatever your thing is, get it going. Like that's been the real mindset of when I think about Great Defeaters and stuff. Because it's a real community. Yeah, but when I think about Great Defeaters, I think about everyone that you're listening to this pod and you said to yourself, you know what? Yeah,
I can do something.
I can do something like that. Or not even just I can do something like that. I can do this and I'm going to go and do it.
That's right.
That's the energy. That's the energy of a Great Defeater. Do you know what I mean? That is it. Like, that's the raw, you know, I can. That's the that one. That's the vibe.
That's the ethos of this whole thing, bro. That is 100% it, bro.
Yeah.
Like, for me, I'm like, place in my career, I wanted a challenge that did things differently. Do you know what I'm saying? People don't even know, like, the amount of rejection we go through just by pushing for stuff in the game. Do you know what I mean? And it's one particular rejection. I was like, you know what? All right, I'm gonna do this thing differently, bro.
Yeah.
Booked the flight to New York for the festival and was out there. It wasn't no big planning. It was literally my instinct said, let's go there. Cool. I hear there's real players over there. Let's go.
That's cheap. Nah. And it's giving me a feeling.
It's a good segue. Like, I'll just get it. Like, Chappelle was the one that told me to go to New York. Do you know what I'm saying? When I supported him, I said to him, bro, I want to level up my thing in it. Like, he goes, bro, you're funny. He goes, go to New York. He goes, that's the place. That's where you go. He goes, I don't need to give you more than that. Go to New York and go out there and work. I was like, cool.
You know what I like about that? And just to give this, and obviously to segue it back to boxing, what I like about that is we're always telling, like, fighters or giving our opinion on fighters. But I'm glad that you're actually, because while we're not fighters, there's work that we have to do. We ain't got it right. We're still trying to iron out our careers. I'm happy you took that advice. I'm happy. Me, and then even Denzel, just to.
That's what I was about to say. He's going out to Vegas.
He went out to Vegas. Mm-hmm. He's gone out to Vegas again. And there's a lot of fighters. I know a lot of fighters watch this and rock with this pod as well. You got to do more. You have to. You have to do more. There's nothing on it. I'm watching Deji. Let's understand this. I'm not going to watch it, but I'll see the replay outside.
You watch it.
I am. I'm going to watch Deji fight.
I'm watching Floyd. I'm going to
watch Floyd mash
coming
up.
To you live.
But I'm going to watch it though. Yeah. And somehow that kid, like, no matter how you want to see him, you laugh at him, this, that, and the other. Look at where he's put himself. So then again, it talks about things being possible and stuff. And Eubank talks about that a lot, senior, just to go back to harken back. It's whatever you decide you want to be in this space and how the work you're willing to go, the risks you're willing to take in those
100%.
moments, you know what I mean? And stuff. So I wish
a level of commitment.
Go ahead.
There's a lot of commitment, and there's the element of risk and the gamble attached to everything. And I look at what Denzel's doing tonight, and I'm like, you know what? That needs to be like, we have to back that 100%.
I'm celebrating that.
I think it's amazing. Even when he had that call with Bass, and Bass was like, I think you're not ready. It's like, bro, don't tell me I'm not ready. Like, I mean, I'm going for it. I'm taking a shot. These things don't come around often. I'm going for it. I believe I can win, and I'm going out there. And it's like, you know what? Yeah, give that man credit. Do you see what I'm saying? Because you look at the scope of the game, and you say, like, there's some situations where it's like it's going to be tough to guarantee that you can come back to this later. Do you know what I mean? You can go forward, anything can happen. The time is now. Do you know what I mean? You believe, and as long as you believe in truth that you can do it, go, bro. Because when Ali was due to fight Sonny Liston, fam, and then man, I start talking about the dinner before the dinner on the last night before the thing, and he said he's sitting there and he's like, right, you man are going like it's a funeral. Like, them man didn't believe that Ali was going to get that work done.
Yeah.
So you man are kind of like, I'm about to go and get like, bro, I'm going to win this thing. Do you see what I'm saying? So that's how you know the team didn't gas him up. Them man said, you sure about this, Muhammad? You sure? Was it Cassius at the time? You sure about this, bro? And he's like, listen, I'm going to get this done. So those moments where your belief has to outweigh your circumstances and the calculations of what this forecast looks like, sometimes in your spirit. Like, I'll be real, there's times where I look and I'm just like, give me that opportunity and I'm going to show you levels. I'm not there yet. Put me in that moment. I'm going to shock everyone. I know that about myself and my career. So for me, I'm like, wait, Coach Grace, go live.
Trav,
go get it, man.
About it. When you told me and you should do a show, I had bare emotions, bro. You came to me and said, me and you should do T-Ball too hilarious. And I was like, all right. And then I had to, he asked me and I was like, oh. Because remember, I've been out of the loop of stand-up. Like, to ask me to now stand on the stage, light on, go. Yeah. I've been acting, right? And then it's like, but now I'm going to come to the community, Great Defeaters, Old Man United, whoever I mess with, everyone that knows me has now seen me get to a stage, but hasn't seen me do this. And he's like, are you ready? And it's a challenge. Now, as soon something shifted, like I was nervous, and I was talking to people that, again, and this is a message to whoever wants to hear it, it's for you, innit? But nerves, the fear was there immediately at the beginning. Then I was like, well, I can do this though. You know what I mean? So to anyone that's thinking there's that thing that you kind of want to do that you're not sure, I kicked into gear. Then the work started. Then me had to go to shows to really be ready. And now you're in America. I'm like, bro, Travis has gone to extra training camp. Oh, I gotta go to it. It ain't the same as Brooklyn. It ain't the same. I gotta go somewhere though, because again, like it's happening. And then I know at the end, I'm gonna get my just rewards. You know what I mean? I know what's gonna happen at the end of that. And I know I'm under no illusion. I'm excited. It's not a failure thing. I can't wait for that. I'm looking forward to the show. I can't wait to tell you lot, me, fam. So there's before, in the first couple of weeks, I was nervous, fam. Come to the show, fam. Someone said, am I gonna laugh? I said, are you gonna laugh? Of course you are, bro. Are you gonna
get a migraine? Could even trigger a migraine, bro. You're gonna have to bring paracetamol with you because it's gonna get mad.
Listen, anyway,
it's gonna get mad.
Anyway,
and it's one of those things, yeah. It's one of those things where a lot of time people have anxiety to start because if they fear they're going to fail, they're going to get it wrong. This is turning into a real motivating end to the pod, but I'm happy with it.
It is what it is.
It's one of the ones you fear that you're going to get this thing wrong or you don't know how it's going to go. Bruv, start. All I say is start. The path will light itself. You don't have to have all the answers at the beginning. Start. I promise you. The answers that you're looking for to get to the second stage are after the first stage. And you have to go through that door. Go through that door and you start to see that the path will light its way, bruv.
Yeah. I'm happy we done that. Listen, Denzel, all the best. We'll be the UK's with you. The UK's with you tonight, and we'll see what I'm excited. Again, everyone watching, big up yourself. If you got some little motivation and energy, again, hold on to it. Keep it to yourself as well, because certain people just like to stop your thing before it happens. So be careful of who you tell in it. Actually, don't tell no one. Just let it fire yourself up inside and just get to it. Anyway, listen, I'm KG.
I'm Travis J.
This is Undefeated, man. Till next time, we're out of here.
Peace.
Let's do another. Yo, people, thanks for watching the Undefeated podcast. Make sure you
like, subscribe, share, leave a comment, and all that good